business.
Serious about business.
Innovation, networking, and exhibitions all in one space. It's another staging of CME's Corporate Mingle. And today we are here at Eden Gardens Wellness Resort and Spa. I'm your host, Amita Pasadwe. Please stay tuned for highlights.
Now, Eden Gardens basically was started way back in 2008. However, we had a relaunch in 2014. Now, in the relaunch of the 2014, this is the present state that it is in. Now, we have what you call, what are the product offering, or what do we offer to our guests? We offer a spa, a fully contemporary spa. So for those of you who don't know, we have a fully contemporary spa that is not just the main, what you may call it, for example, massage and cosmetics and all of that. But a part of our spa has been licensed for therapeutics under the Cannabis Licensing Authority. And as such, we are one of those few persons, if any, that can practice massage therapy and all that kind of therapy, physiotherapy, utilizing the cannabis extract as it relates to persons who come in may have pains, challenges, muscle spasms, stuff like that. We actually have created products. We have 12 products from Medicanja, that is a subsidiary company, that is also used in this process. Now, in terms of restaurant, we have on location 2 of our own restaurants, which is the Tulips. Now, the Tulips is a casual dining, and basically you can come in here any hour of the day from 7 o'clock in the morning right through to 10 o'clock at night, and you can get any food in terms of your regular Jamaican fare or international fare. Then we have the Black Orchid, and the Black Orchid basically is the more, what you may call fine dining, where you can go, sit, and be pampered and treated like kings and queens. We also have a section for events. Accommodation is here. Of course, we have 22 rooms here, but we have also events. We are maybe the premier area for weddings. So those of us who are getting married or having an anniversary or want to have anything to do with a reception as it relates to weddings, we have it here. For those of us who are interested in any corporate events, as you see, the layout here is just one part of what we can do. You can actually walk upstairs. We have a roof setting that basically gives you the view of the entire New Kingston with the kind of beauty that we represent here as in the gardens. We also have a section where we call our suppliers, where we have a group of persons who are into wellness in one form or the other, have spaces here. So we have the Cushite, we have persons with hair, we have a physiotherapist, chiropractor, a nutritionist. They're all here. So what we are doing, we have created an arena, so to speak, of wellness in the tangible and intangible form. And at the back of the presence here, you will find EG Wellness brands. And primarily what EG Wellness brands do is to specifically research and create products that are geared again towards wellness. We have ATs, we have supplements, we have a supplement that is called Alpha Prostate, and that is for maintaining a healthy prostate. We have Women's Complete, which is a multivitamin for women, specifically for the Caribbean women, and we have Men's Complete, and again, that is specifically for the Caribbean man. And the Men's Complete is one of those products that we have what you call the horny goat weed that we do get great reviews on. So Eden Gardens is not just a hotel. It's not just an accommodation area. It is a composite of different, you may call it, product offering that suits individuals as related to health and wellness. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we're happy to have Corporate Mingle. A lot of the companies that we cater to for meetings and weddings are actually within the New Kingston area. So it's pretty much, it's being able to showcase different sides to Eden Gardens, from corporate events, meetings, functions, seminars, and so forth. We do just as many corporate functions as we do weddings. So it's nice to have the corporate community to let them know that, we are here and we are actually expanding, in a development. We will be starting a new development in a matter of months to expand Eden Gardens Resort. So we're really looking to now be able to offer not only accommodations and wellness spa, that kind of thing. We're looking to beef up our capacity, to be able to host larger groups, possibly conferences and so forth.
Well, the expected turnout was definitely met. I think we had a large variation of persons, from different entities, and I think the networking was great. I think it was a good partnership of the different companies, and in all, we achieved our goal was to pretty much get persons together to network and to share the different services.
Corporate Mingle allows persons to come out and share ideas and share mistakes that they already made. So persons can see which path is easier to take or which path is better for them to take in the venture that they're in. So for example, as for fashion designers, there's a different path for fashion designers as it pertains to financial services. There's a different path for persons who are in food than it is for persons who are in cosmetics. So when you come to Corporate Mingle, you get to hear all the ideas that are out there. You get to go back, re-advise your whole business plan. You get to look back at what you have and see if it's meets what the market needs. For the past 7 months, creative media and events have been a part of a lot of expos. So we decided to design an expo for ourselves. So for us to do like a mini expo is for the persons who have businesses that aren't really out there, who don't have advertising space on television, who don't have advertising space on the radio, and they get a chance to come here, set up a whole exhibit and go directly to their consumers. They get a new advertising space, a new space for them to brand themselves and to meet their customers directly.
The CIBC First Caribbean award-winning security features enables customers using their mobile phone to view transactions as they occur, and they can also make credit card payments in real time. They can enable the alert feature and receive notifications once the card is used. They can set alerts based on the transaction types, whether it is international or online, and they can freeze the card if it is misplaced or unfreeze it once it is found. And this is all from your phone. To get this amazing offer, it's pretty easy. All persons need is to take the 3-month statements, the last 3-month statements of the card the balance that you're transferring, and you take in your proof of address. We need your proof of income, which is a salary letter and pay slip. You also need to take in the 3 months bank statements. Persons can go on our website at www.cibcfcib.com, or they may call us at 1-866-743-2257, or they can visit any of the CIBC First Caribbean branches island-wide.
Dodge & Global offers a CPA scholarship program to team members who join our team. A career in accountancy at Dodge & Global is a great choice and can offer you excellent job prospects. We believe that an accounting education is the greatest gift you can give yourself or anyone else. Few gifts make as significant an impact as the gift of an accountancy education with a job. It's a contribution that lasts a lifetime in the form of learning, opportunity, and success. Join our team and get the opportunity to be part of our CPA scholarship program. This scholarships awards program will be administered by the HR department of Dodge & Global. Requirements: first degree in accounting, employed at Dodge & Global, willing to pursue the CPA examination. Here's how to apply. Submit application to Staff Accountant, Dodge & Global. Email sa@dodgen.com.
In this one degree, you're able to do many things. I think the feel found me.
I'd rather work with the deceased than work with the living.
Let us open your mind to careers you've never considered.
Miniature model maker.
Game technician.
Animator.
With empowerment.
Career moves.
Anywhere money is, that's where I am.
On Caring Hands, it's all about creating change. Caring for the homeless.
Our main goal is to get as much people off the street as possible.
Take an interest in the street people and homelessness. Take an interest. They're Jamaicans, right? And they need help.
Extending love and giving back.
You get unconditional love from an animal once they sense you love them back.
Doggin Global is an integrated multidisciplinary professional service firm in the Caribbean region. We are integrated as one regional firm and provide several professional services, including audit and assurance, advisory, tax, risk, and legal. Our advisory services focus on our clients' most critical issues and opportunities: strategy, marketing, organization, operations, technology, transformation, digital, advanced analytics, corporate finance, mergers and acquisitions, and sustainability across all industries and geographies. Growing your business through mergers and acquisition, raising finance, or looking to join public markets requires specialist advice. Doggin Global provide a full range of corporate finance services, from initial assessment of strategy through to deal completion. In-depth knowledge of industry sectors and markets provides valuable insight into specific opportunities and risks for your company. Our corporate finance specialists assist clients to develop an acquisition approach, identify targets or interested parties, instigate negotiations, and help conclude transactions. Our global reach allows us to provide advice and local knowledge to assist with foreign acquisitions and sales. How Doggin Global can help. If you're looking to sell your business or plan an exit strategy, Doggin Global can help you with initial preparation, valuation, and marketing to potential investors, negotiation through to tax minimization and investment planning. Doggin Global corporate finance includes business valuations, raising finance, financial restructuring, negotiations and vendor protections, IPOs or flotation, management buyouts or ins, key management incentive schemes, succession planning and development, preparing businesses for sale, exit strategies, contact information, website www.doggin.global, email info@doggin.global, Caribbean headquarters, Doggin Global, Doggin Towers, 4749, Trinidad Terrace, Kingston 5, Jamaica. Telephone 876-929-2518, 876-926-5210, 876-630-2011.
And welcome back to Business Access TV's coverage of Wealth Magazine's Corporate Mingle SME Mini Expo 2018. I'm your host, Amita Prasad-Webb, and please stay tuned for more highlights.
So Business Access TV's role here this evening, we are the media partners for Wealth Magazine Corporate Mingle. So we are at all the corporate mingles, we are capturing all the activities, and we're ensuring that it's packaged and it's aired multiple times on the station. So for those who were unable to make it here for the actual event, they can catch it another day. So based on the nature of Corporate Mingle, it's a networking event, and Business Access TV gets the opportunity to interact intimately with various businesses right across the industries. So we get the opportunity to get some brand exposure. We are no longer just in Jamaica. We are right across the Caribbean territories in 13 islands on the Flow network, and in Jamaica we're on all major cable service providers. We have grown and we continue to grow as the years go by.
We're bringing a wide range of energy-saving items. We're all about energy conservation, and we're trying to spread the message to Jamaicans that they can use a little less by purchasing energy-saving devices to ultimately save them some money in the long term. JPS has been committed over the last couple of years to productivity and driving growth of the Jamaican economy. And one of the areas that we see where there's a lot of waste is in energy. the energy usage, whether in business or residential customers. So for business customers, we're pushing energy solutions, which is renewable systems, which are a grid-tied system that allows them to stay on the grid, but benefit from the use of the sun. And for our residential customers is a wide range of energy-saving devices that also allow them to enjoy the things that they like, but to use energy responsibly. And ultimately, that money can be used now for other things that goes into education, recreation, and generally building out their lives how they would want to live it. We've always seen corporate mingles as an opportunity to talk one-on-one, especially with small and micro enterprises. And we will continue to support corporate mingle because we can see it as only beneficial for this country.
What is your main purpose for attending corporate mingle?
Certainly the networking. CME has produced, because I've been to other networking events before, but I think I like the method that they use in terms of how they get the people involved, just the whole layout, and just the type of businesses that they get into the space. You have a multiplicity of different types of like for instance for this different MSME sector, which I think is a good broad-based one. And based on what I do as well, it's useful for me to come out and know what is happening with micro businesses or medium-sized businesses. So for me, the key takeaway is the exposure to what is happening in the sector, learning about some of the key players, and building or certainly meeting new persons that you can interact with to help and advance some of what you're doing. So I think that is very, very important. Always being able to keep abreast of what is happening in the sector, who are the players in the sector, how can I interact and benefit, and how can I give in terms of what I am doing to support what is happening in the sector.
JNSBL, firstly, is the #1 microfinancing entity in Jamaica. We have been around for 21 years, and our function basically is servicing the MSE sector, persons in microfinancing, that kind of thing, persons who are on a small-scale business. That's what we do. And we offer several suites of loans. Basically, every year we keep on coming up with different kinds of loans to suit each and every unique person or unique business within our corporate or small business sector. And so as it is now, we have our TEF loan, where we basically partner with the Tourism Enhancement Fund, which is a government entity that offers assistance to not just corporate entities, but also to other persons who are trying to do business within the tourism sector. So as it is, we have one of our 5% loans. It's quite awesome for persons within the tourism sector. So if you're in craft, if you're in transportation, if it is that you are trying to add or to start from scratch building a villa of sorts, we offer up to 25 million for that as well. And so as I said, we partner with the Tourism Enhancement Fund, so it comes at 5%, which is ridiculously low.
Cameo takes you behind the scenes of Jamaica's exploding creative industries to give you an insider's look at how creatives get the job done.
I'm really picky about how we treat our customers.
As creative people, we went a little bit over the top.
Each week, we interview innovators leading the charge in their industry. The chaos of creativity meets the stricture of structure on Business Access TV's Cameo. The Good Life, your weekly dose of information on nutrition, wellness, and fitness. Discover ways to nurture your mind, body, and spirit.
So Bumblebee Digital Agency, we're a digital agency. Very new to Jamaica. We started in July. We're the only ones who really offering Wi-Fi advertising on the JUTC buses, Juta and Tropical Tours. this is really offered in 15-minute sessions, so it's free Wi-Fi to the commuters, and the advertising space is available before. So when the user goes onto the JUTC bus and they access the Wi-Fi by Growth Tech, they receive a splash page that just says Wi-Fi is here, and they complete a form that asks for their age, gender, and email address, maybe telephone number. After they complete that form, they see a 30-second ad. When the 30-second ad finishes, they experience 15 minutes of free Wi-Fi session uninterrupted. Other than Wi-Fi advertising, we also offer social media management as well as other forms of digital advertising. So we're really full service. So once you want to do something extremely creative with your brand, then Bumblebee is here to bring the buzz everywhere.
One of the good things about attending Corporate Mingle is that you get to meet persons who are not normally privy to the Nissan brand, and they tend to not want to come downtown. So it's a way of bringing downtown and Nissan up to this section.
What was your expectation of the evening, and was your expectation met, or were your expectations met?
Yes, handed out a few business cards, met a couple of persons, and looking at some of the booth as well. I actually purchased something, so I'm hoping to get a sale as well. So that's one of the good things about coming to the Corporate Mingle, because you get to meet people and hope to capitalize on persons buying a vehicle. Because even though we only have one vehicle at the expo now, we actually carry a wide range of other vehicles. Come on down to Fidelity Motors, the home of Nissan. We have all 2019 models available. The Nissan X-Trail, we have that in 2 packages. We have our pickup, which is the Nissan Frontier. For commercial persons, we have the 16-seater buses. We have those in automatic as well as a manual transmission. And those are mostly for our Juta customers, so they can come on down to Fidelity Motors.
We have Keyman Insurance, that if you have like a business and stuff like that, you can do insurance for your partner, stuff like that. We also have critical illness, because that's a problem right now in Jamaica, right? So we have a lot of 2 products that we actually do critical illness on. Since December, we have actually launched our individual health insurance. A lot of persons were actually asking for that, so we launched that December gone. So we're in the business of doing individual health insurance. Once we used to do group, now we're doing individual. So as an individual person, you can actually come in and sign up and get your card and stuff like that.
Let me add to that. We have plans that fit the needs of all persons, because we have plans that for persons, we have medical plans and we have non-medical plans, right? And for instance, you can't pass a medical. We have a plan that can facilitate that purpose. You have persons who have pre-existing condition, so we provide insurance that everybody can have an insurance policy, whether it's to prepare for your family or it's just for yourself. We have investment policies that you can benefit from, and our interest rate at Guardian is very attractive.
Why did Guardian Group decide to come on Expose tonight?
Well, because to showcase our products for one, and to show the public how much we care for their needs, and we have a variety of products to offer to persons who would like to come and be a part of Guardian Life.
Firstly, I want to say thank you to CME for executing this wonderful event. I think it's an excellent platform for small to large businesses to come by and showcase all their products. Not to mention, it's just an excellent way to network and have a wonderful time on a Friday evening. So my name is Roxanne Wise-Shirley. I'm here at the Corporate Mingle event. I'm here representing the Guardsman Group. We're actually here to showcase our newest product, which is called the Lappa. The Lappa is actually a Bluetooth tracking device, which pretty much can track anything that you frequently lose or anything that you want to find very quickly. So I actually have it here. It's a small device that you can put on your car keys, your house keys, you can put it on your handbag, a laptop bag, your pet, your child, literally anything you can think of that you want to find. So it comes with an app, so you download the app is free, And this laptop actually communicates with the app. So if you want to find something, all you have to do, go on the app on your phone, you can press the alert, and then this laptop will start beeping. Not only will it beep to alert you as to where it is, but the app will actually show you exactly where the laptop is or how close you are to the laptop. Oh my gosh, everybody loves it. Firstly, there is no other device on the market like this. This is the first time that this is hitting Jamaica. So everyone is just amazed by it because everybody's like, really? This thing can let me find my phone easily? It can let me find my car keys, you know? So everybody's very, very excited about it. And so we're very happy to get that response. So, I mean, everybody loves it. I mean, I love it. The entire corporate mingle seems to love it. And we've already gotten a lot of sales from it. So we're very excited.
What are the functions of the BSJ?
The Bureau of Standards Jamaica is a government agency, and at this point we are seeking to highlight the fact that we are a service organization helping to facilitate persons involved in industry. The first thing that we do, we help to set standards, and in addition to setting standards, we also offer training in a range of standards-related areas, including HACCP, good manufacturing practices, labeling. We also provide testing and calibration services, certification through our national certification body of Jamaica, and the Bureau of Standards Jamaica is seeking to help industry understand the importance of the use of standards to excel in business here in Jamaica and to excel in business outside of Jamaica.
So how does participating in Corporate Mingle help to boost your brand?
Well, certainly the BSJ recognizes, as we have done a bit of rebranding in the last year and a half, and we are less a regulatory body, it's critical that we present to industry and the persons, key players in the industry, what are the services we offer. We are hoping that by being here, many of those persons who participate, who need to access services, will recognize that the BSJ provides testing, provides calibration, and offers training in a range of areas. It really can only help to advance our cause and to improve our bottom line.
Another Business Access TV coverage of the Wealth Magazine Corporate Mingle SME Mini Expo 2018. I've been your host, Amita Pasado, and thank you for tuning in to Business Access TV, serious about business.
Hey guys, I'm Candy and welcome to Chill Spot, Jamaica's ultimate leisure show. This season promises to reveal some of the hidden treasures of the lifestyle industry by taking you to the chill spots of some of Jamaica's most brilliant business minds, giving you a glimpse into how they choose to unwind and just pull a vibe. You won't want to miss what happens next. Stay tuned. Sundays at 4:30 p.m. It's all about Home Sweet Home. Get your half-hour dose of the business of real estate, from laws and concepts to reality, building, buying, or renting. Or what about trends in decor or renovations? Home Sweet Home will keep you up to date.
Have grown from 20 million US to now having 800 million US dollars.
Knowledge, skill, and professionalism. Those are my tools and my armor.
It's a big men don't cry, right? It's a big men don't cry, right?
We were being robbed some $531,000.
I've been angry to the point where I feel like I will kill people.
In the words of Ziggy Marley, reggae music is simple music, but it's from the heart. Just as people need water to drink, people also need music. If it is true music, the people will be drawn to it. Welcome to Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. This week in our program, we continue to observe Reggae Month by looking at some developments within the industry over the years. But first, we tackle matters relating to your taxes. You don't want to miss a minute, so stay tuned.
Are you aware of how Jamaican adolescents use social media? What do they do online? What do they post? Do you know if they are being harassed? These are questions you should be asking yourself because it is your duty to keep your children safe online. Parents, here's what you need to do. Be active online and offline. Help your child to set up his or her online profile. Make sure you familiarize yourself with the different social media applications that they use and set some rules. Protect our nation's children and save them from cybercriminal attacks.
This week on Get the Facts, we are joined by Chief Corporate Communications Officer at the Tax Administration of Jamaica, Maris Horn.
Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm your host, Anthros Campbell. Changes are taking place in our transport sector to make our roadways safer for all users. Among the changes is that applicants now have to sit a road code test in order to obtain a provisional driver's license. We'll update you on that initiative, specifically on the role of the Tax Administration Jamaica. And it's tax season. We will have some information on that as well. Our guest is Chief Corporate Communications Officer at Tax Administration Jamaica, Maris Horton. Ms. Horton, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
So good to have you. So let's start with this new regime as it relates to driver's license, getting a permit to drive.
Provisional
driver's license. So it is a collaborative effort between yourself and the ITA.
That is correct.
Yes. Talk to us about the synergies.
Certainly. The synergy is that it really comes under the administration of the Ministry of Transport and Mining.
Yes.
And particularly the Island Traffic Authority or the examination depots. What is happening is that with this new change, which took effect on the 25th of January, what will happen now is that persons who are applying for a provisional driver's license or learners, as we commonly call it,
yes,
now first have to visit the Island Traffic Authority, any one of the depots, to hand in their application, as well as to sit a road code test. That's the main change that has taken effect.
Right. So what happens now? So you go and you sit the test and you pass it. You have to pass it, right?
You have to pass
right.
it.
Right. What happens then? So what do they take to you, and what's the process after that?
Okay. The process is that they still complete an application form as they would have in the past. They would have 3 photographs now, not 2. Now 3 photographs. They have to be certified by a justice of the peace or a superintendent of police, as it was before. They hand that in at the Island Traffic Authority examination depot. Then once that is vetted and they are 17 years and older, then they will be eligible to sit that road code test. The road code test is simply a multiple choice test, and that multiple choice test simply tests some basic rules of the road. So it tests that they know road signs, they know road markings, and that persons also know some basic safety features of the roads, just to make it safer.
Right.
Once they have taken that test and they pass that test, then the Island Traffic Authority will do an indication on the actual form itself, application form. They'll also enter into a database that's shared between TAJ, Tax Administration Jamaica, and the ITA, and they will then seal that in an envelope and give it back to the applicant, which they can then take to any one of the tax offices, and we have 28 of them across the island.
And they have to take it sealed.
They have to
if
take
it's
it
open,
sealed.
what?
They have to take it sealed. There are protocols in place.
Yes.
It's the sealing. There's a stamp across the seal, so we'll know if it has been open. But the true test of it is that once we get that from the applicant, we do a face vetting. Once we do that face vetting, we also use that system to validate that the information that is on the form actually matches what is in that database that is shared between TAJ and ITA.
So how long does it take now for the applicant to get the
It's
the
very
permit?
simple. It's very simple. Once they come to us, the process is pretty much what they would have experienced before the change, because the main change is the test that they have to do.
Yes.
So once they come to us and we can confirm that they have passed the test, then they will be directed to go to the cashier and make the payments. The payments remains the same, $1,800, and then we will process the provisional driver's license and hand them the card.
Right. We don't have to pay for that test,
The test,
right?
no. The test at this time is offered free.
Right. Are we expecting an increase in the cost from the 1,800? Is it going up?
No. That's not contemplated at this time.
Right. Okay. All right. So this took effect on January 25.
Right.
And you had a lot of traffic before now.
We did.
Right. And you were able to manage everybody.
We had significant numbers coming in, particularly in the last week. But our teams, they worked above and beyond. And what we did, we put mechanisms in place to deal with that rush, and we were able to weather the storm.
Okay, good. And you're seeing less people now, right?
Yes. In terms of, since the new system took effect on the 25th, so the first day would have been the Monday, the 27th.
Right.
We actually got the first pass application on Tuesday.
Yes.
That was done at our King Street location. That was processed at our King Street location.
Any advice to those listeners of yours?
Well, the advice that I would say is the test is the very same test that would have had to be done when you do your driver's license.
Yes.
All that has happened is that they have brought that forward to the start of the process, which is when you get your provisional. And this is really just to ensure that persons at least have a basic understanding of the rules of the road before they get behind that wheel to begin learning to drive.
Because the idea is trying to keep the accidents down.
That is correct.
Yes,
that is correct.
Okay.
And for those persons who had come in droves just ahead of the change, let me just advise that the provisional driver's license still remains that it is valid for 1 year. At the end of that year, when they go to do the driver's license tests, they'll still have to do that road code test at that point. Or if that provisional driver's license expires before they actually do their driver's test, they will still again have to do that road code test.
Right.
Everyone must do the road code test. So even if they had it before the change, they will still be required to do the road code test.
Right. But persons who already have their driver's license don't need to think about doing the
No.
test.
If you already have your driver's license, you would have done a road code test as part of the process to get your driver's license test. This is really just for the persons with a provisional driver's license, or the learners as we refer to it. They will have to do a test at some point. So if it's the license has expired, the provisional driver's license has expired, or they misplace it, they lose it and need to get another one, they will have to do the road code test at that point.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. We take a break here, but we'll return with our discussion on the tax season. Do stay with us.
If you've ever wondered what your property taxes are used for, wonder no more. Your property taxes provide revenue for the provision of public and community amenities throughout Jamaica, which are delivered by local government officials. When you pay your property taxes, you aid with the maintenance and expansion of our street lighting to ensure you are not walking in the dark at nights, the collection and disposal of solid waste to prevent the pileup of garbage in communities, the improvement of our community infrastructure, and repairs to fire stations and service vehicles, along with rehabilitation of our roads. Pay your property taxes online, in line or via mobile tax units, and avoid being sought by the government. For more information, visit the Tax Administration website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm or call 876-902-9463.
Welcome back to Get the Facts. We continue our discussion with Chief Corporate Communications Officer at Tax Administration Jamaica, Maurice Horton. Now, we're in tax season, right?
Yes.
When do we need to file our taxes and how do we do that? Let's start there.
Certainly.
Yes.
Well, this year, it's actually on March 16. Income tax filing due date is normally on the 15th of March.
Yes.
But because the 15th falls on Sunday, then it's the next working day. So for this year, it is March 16. And when we say income tax filing, who are the persons who are required to file? So we're talking here about self-employed persons, employed persons who have other sources of income. So we're talking about persons who have a business on the side, for example, or they're doing a little thing on the side. You have your corporate bodies, your companies, other organizations. All these entities are required to file their income tax returns on March 16 this year.
Okay. And you have a new system. Well, people are now you're asking us to file online.
Online. Yes, we're asking persons to file online. So we have a system. It's called our Revenue Administration Information System that has a suite of e-services, which includes filing income tax returns online. So we're actually asking persons, we have actually mandated that our individuals this year file online.
Why the change?
Why the change? It's easier. We're offering convenience, and it's also better from an administrative perspective. So it's a win-win situation. So the business entities or the individuals, they have the convenience of doing 24/7, doing their tax services online, rather than having to come into a tax office.
Yes. Please walk us through the steps. Yes.
Certainly. So when we say persons are to file online, what we ask is that persons log on to our website, which is www.jamaicatax.gov.jm. They need to be registered for online filing. So once they're registered for online filing, and they can register themselves because they can go onto the website and register for e-services, or they can do it through our customer care center, which is 888 Tax Help, which is 829-4357. We also offer what we call e-one-on-ones.
Yes.
So persons can actually contact us, and our taxpayer education officers will be happy to come to your space and actually work with you. Yes, register you and actually help you to file online. Okay. So we offer that. Also offer what we call special taxpayer assistance programs, which is where right across the island, what we do is offer, particularly to our small business persons, a session where they can come in and get that support for us to help them to file their returns on time and online.
So we don't have to go out and pay any accountant to help us?
You don't have to. We offer that service, but if you so choose, that's fine too.
So you offer that service
free of cost. It's free of cost. And we will have that schedule available that kicks off around February, the beginning of February, our special taxpayer assistance program. We also have within our offices where persons can go into, we have 16 locations that we actually have what we call e-filing stations, or there's an e-filing center at our Constant Spring locations where persons can actually go in and use our own machines with support from our staff to file online.
I went on your site earlier and I saw that there are 4 simple steps or 3 to paying online. Can you just...
Yes, paying online, because there are two components. So there's a filing requirement that's needed, as well as the paying. So once there is a tax liability, that means that you owe some taxes, then you would have to make a payment. And you can also make the payment online. And that's a simple process, as you say. You create a login, just as you do if you had a bank account or if you're using any other online services. You'd create your username and your password. That's basically what you would need to do. So you log on, you select which option you want to make a payment for, and you make a payment using your credit card. So it's pretty simple. It's just like any other site that you'll be making a payment on. And the steps are there. We also have on our website what we call a how-to, which guides you step by step, both for the filing as well as for the payment.
Right. Taxes are due on the 16th of March.
On the 16th.
Right. What if I don't get to pay my taxes by the 16th? What other
Well,
options
if you don't get to pay, and we're encouraging persons to pay by the 16th, file and pay. So it's not just the payment, it's also the filing. So that actual return form, the form, is actually important that is done on time as well. Because persons who are late in their filing, and 1 day late is still late. So you're late in your filing, you're late in your payment. There are penalties that apply to that. And we don't want anybody to pay more than they are due to pay. So we're encouraging persons to pay and file on time and online.
We need to at least also predict how much taxes.
Yes, so there are two things that you're required to file as of March 16, on or before. So there is the report that you do for what we call your annual income tax return, which actually looks at your tax payments due for the year 2019. So that's your past year. You're also required to what we call declare what you expect to earn for 2020. So those two returns are due by March 16.
Right.
So it's the income tax return for 2019 and your declaration of estimated income for 2020.
And what happens if the estimated income is not what it turns out to be?
Well, your estimate is usually based on the year before, but our system is what we call a self-assessment system. So you're actually assessing what your income is and what you're expected to pay.
Yes.
And let me just add here that for persons who are individuals, so your self-employed persons or your individuals, we're all of us entitled to what we call an income tax threshold. That's a tax-free amount. So if you earn $2 million for the year, for example, for 2019, your income tax threshold was actually 1.5 million. And persons would have heard the term 1.5 million.
Yes, yes.
That 1.5 million is the amount that you get without having to pay any taxes on it. So if you earn $2 million, then you only pay taxes on 500,000 of it, because 1.5 million of it would be tax-free.
Those for self-employed?
Self-employed, as well as our employed persons.
Oh, okay.
So for employed persons, you would see that on a monthly basis or a weekly based payment, depending on how you're paid.
Yes, yes.
You get it at the time that you're paid.
Yes. As we wrap, any advice for...
Any advice? The advice that I would give to persons, be on time, file online, and if you need assistance, contact our customer care center, or for persons who need that hands-on assistance, there are our special taxpayer assistance program that's provided free of cost. It's going to be right across the island. We'll have a schedule of when they are, where they are, and we are encouraging persons to take advantage of these free sessions.
Thank you so very much. This has been Get the Facts. Our guest was Chief Corporate Communications Officer at Tax Administration Jamaica, Mary Horton. For more information on all tax matters, call the TAJ toll-free at 888-829-4357 or email them at taxhelp@taj.gov.jm. The due date for filing income tax returns this year is March 16. Avoid penalties, save money. Until next time, I'm Anthros Campbell. Do take care.
Did you know that in a recent survey done by the OCA in schools across Jamaica, 43% of the students received inappropriate messages from strangers? The OCA wants you to be smart online. Never speak to persons you don't know. Parents, encourage your children to be social but be smart.
This message was brought to you by the Office of the Children's Advocate with support from UNICEF.
The story of reggae is one you've heard numerous times, as different people have told it in so many different ways, but it never gets old. Today, in honor of Reggae Month, we bring you the Mikey Bennett story.
The music industry has been quite well documented, and to my recollection, it started more of an effort to play music that other people couldn't play than as an industry. So from where it started, for me, it started with sound system owners who wanted to remain exclusive, decided that the best way to do that was to, produce their own stuff. And people saw how important it was. Artists were, coming up. I think it was the birth of an industry. Reggae is the soundtrack of our lives, In other words, it's not like we made an effort to, we're gonna like reggae. Reggae is of us, about us, with us, and it has remained true to us as a Jamaican expression. And when I say reggae, I don't make the distinction between fast reggae, slow reggae, ska. I just call Jamaican music reggae. It was very unstructured in the beginning and persisted like that for a number of years until people like Chris Blackwell saw the financial possibilities involved in investing. So I guess it really came to front with the Millie Small, that big hit that he had, and people started to see money. So this could in fact be an industry, and how popular music like ska was, that it gave rise to songs and bands, and people. Jamaica was dancing and people were enjoying themselves, and it probably was a good time in the history of Jamaica. Not everybody can do the twist. It kind of unearthed just a creative spirit in Jamaican, and we broke all of the recording rules, but we came up with a product that kind of represented the kind of Jamaican spirit, and that indomitable spirit, and it gave a sort of voice or expression to our Africanness. Like everybody growing up in my age, we had two sets of things. I grew up in the golden age of both Jamaican music and the Motown era and the Philadelphia era. And radio played a lot of American music. We were naturally drawn to the best of American music. But you realize that when you got to a party and they started to play the local section of music, because it was talking about things that you were familiar with. You went, and then you were able to see these individuals at stage shows and parties. So it became even more personal.
Standing at the party, watch me now. Ice cream, watch ya. Me a chat microphone from Meliko, so.
Music is just being constantly made. I don't think we have taken time out to actually figure out how we're gonna monetize the creation of all this music. But it is there. It is being consumed in every nook and cranny of Jamaica, every bar, everything, and in households. And then we have this phenomenon of this weekly dance, this nightly dance, music thing on corners. And it has opened up a lot of economic opportunities for people in corners, bars, people selling on the road. And so it is almost self-sustaining by the nature of how it is done. So it is always going to be part of our lifestyle. From the 70s, 80s, 90s, Jamaica celebrated a number of great icons. We talk about the Ernest Smiths, the Pluto Shervintons, the Dennis Browns, the Gregory Isaacs, the Alton Ellis, and then we get into the megastar region of the Jimmy Cliffs and the Peter Tosh, and then the Bob Marleys.
I can't refuse it. Oh, what you be got to be. Well, I feel like dancing.
Growing up, Dennis Brown was everybody's favorite singer. So when I got an opportunity to work with him, it was like the crowning, day in my life, in my musical history.
My head is anointed and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of my life.
I was led into professional music through some people that already in music. And the first time I got into a recording studio and became a part of that creative process, I was hooked for life, you know. I realized earlier I didn't have the singing talent like a lot of my friends and compare, but I realized that my contribution could be through songwriting and later into production and later on into just mentoring young people. Because we have a studio at Grafton and we have a really close association with the Jamaica School of Music, I get a front seat, you know, front row look at a lot of the young talent coming out. And then we have a rehearsal room where we are now. I have a studio, so I get to see and hear a lot of the young talent and older talent. And here at Grafton we provide a sort of meeting place. I'm really always excited about introducing, you know, new artists to old artists.
Let's get a little breeze on this land. All right. Now let's get some bounce in the rhythm. All right. Let's get some fire on our hearts. Now that is what we call all right. Run, come, get some Jamaica.
It was Bob Marley who once said, "You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice." It is time for us to start unlocking our true potential and becoming better versions of ourselves. Oftentimes, we are too scared to take risks, afraid of being rejected and wary of failing. Do not be deterred by this, because when one door closes, another one opens, and you need to be ready to tackle every opportunity that comes your way. Do your part as we all work to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Reggae Month 2020 is here, and a host of activities are in store across the island. Echoes of sound systems, Reggae Wednesdays, Reggae Gospel Concert, Bob Marley's 75th birthday celebrations, Jaria Honours Award, Reggae Film in the Park, Children of the Icon Store concert, and more. Keep up to date on all the activities. Download the new Reggae Month mobile app. Simply search the words Reggae Month Jamaica in the Google Play or App Store. The app will also allow you to add and promote your own Reggae Month activity. So what are you waiting for? Download away and make use of this innovative technology today. Reggae Month 2020. Come catch the rhythm. Thanks for watching another edition of Jamaica Magazine. Do join us again tomorrow when we'll do this all over again. Until then, please send your feedback on today's show to jamaicamagazine@gis.gov.jm. Also, follow us on our social media pages and download our app on your Apple and Android devices. You can also visit our website, gis.gov.jm, for more information. On behalf of the entire production team here at the GIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Hey guys, I'm Candy and welcome to Chill Spot, Jamaica's ultimate leisure show. This season promises to reveal some of the hidden treasures of the lifestyle industry by taking you to the chill spots of some of Jamaica's most brilliant business minds, giving you a glimpse into how they choose to unwind and just hold a vibe. You won't want to miss what happens next. Stay tuned.
watching Business Access TV.
Business Access TV.
Business Access.
Business Access TV.
Serious.
Serious.
Serious about business.
The Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards was established in 2004 to emphasize best practices within businesses. We're here at the Jamaica Pegasus celebrating with some of these organizations. I am Tamar McHale with Business Access TV. Stay tuned for more. It's cocktail hour, and that of course means mingling. Let's catch up with some of the guests at the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards ceremony. And it's always a pleasure catching up with Mrs. Marling Street Forrest, Managing Director of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Pleasure to have you with us on Business Access TV.
Always a pleasure too.
All right, so why is it important to have a Best Practices Award?
It is important because companies can be benchmarked against good practices or excellent practices. And after they do that, they also can benefit from being recognized by their peers and by the Jamaica Stock Exchange in respect to a job well done.
I'm now joined by Mr. Neva Ying, Committee Chair of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards. It's a pleasure to have you joining with us.
A pleasure again with Business Access TV.
What are some of the things that you are looking for in these businesses to select those which have the best practices?
Well, as the committee name suggests, we're looking for international best practices in different categories. So look at things like their annual reports. We look at their websites. We look at how well they relate with their customers. And we look at, in some cases, how much business they bring to the stock exchange in terms of number of companies listed. Companies take it very seriously. The rivalry is very keen. And they value it a lot because if you look after the awards in terms of advertisements and how they use it to brand their companies, you'll see that they place a great deal of importance on how they place in these competitions.
Any changes tonight, any changes moving forward for the JSC Best Practices Award?
Well, every year we have something new that we add. So, for instance, next year we'll be taking a closer look at the website because, you know, as technology changes, the websites are performing a different role from before. I mean, a lot of people are now into using the internet to get information. So whereas in the past you'd be reading documents, hard copies, now you're going to the internet for information. So companies have to respond to that. So we'll be taking a close look at that. We'll be looking at things like the attention they pay to risk management, which is very important in this era because it's very tricky running a business now. And so the people who survive are those who are willing to take risk, and then they eventually make profits.
Well, I understand that the competition is stiff this evening, among the companies. What do you think has caused this stiff competition?
Well, everybody wants to be recognized by the best performing stock exchange in the world. I mean, the fact is that competition is always good, and nobody wants to be second. So, hence, everybody strives to be number one with regards to what the stock exchange has put out as the criteria for being best performing in whatever category they are looking at.
Okay, and moving forward, what changes is the stock exchange making to be even bigger and better?
Well, we recently transitioned to the NASDAQ transactional platform, which is world renowned, and that should augur well for the improvement in our efficiencies at this exchange. That's one thing. And we're also looking at other initiatives out of Canada which will allow us to have knowledge transfer, technology transfer from the Canadian Stock Exchange, which will make the stock exchange actually if there's something better than number one, we probably gonna get it.
Amazing. Well, congratulations. Keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you very much.
So the beautiful Dr. Nsombe Jaja is a member of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Award Committee. It is a pleasure to have you joining us with Business Access TV. Tell us, how do you think this award has really raised the bar in terms of what is expected from companies?
You know, I've been a member of the committee for over 10 years now, and I am amazed to see the difference year by year and the improvements that have taken place in the companies. Their level of reporting in their annual reports, much more engaging, much crisper, easier to read, better quality information, and you can actually see it in other areas that are assessed, like the website, governance committee, best performing companies, and the criteria that we look at for those organizations. A couple of areas that I'm really very glad to see the improvement in is risk management, environmental management, human resources management, and corporate social responsibilities. I'm really very pleased to see how much attention the organizations are paying in those areas, and it's just raising the bar and upping the games of the organizations that participate. So congratulations, those of you who are winners this year, and those of you who have not yet won, keep on raising the standard so that you'll be a winner.
So tonight, Best Practices Award of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. What do you think of this award ceremony? How important do you think it is?
It's very important. You know, it's the 15th year, so it's a big night, and we're very happy for the Jamaica Stock Exchange. And for us, we always see it as something that gives us an opportunity to pause, not only as listed companies, which JMMB is, but as member dealers, brokers, which we are also, to just celebrate and acknowledge each other. You know, the stock exchange has been doing amazing. They have ended another year being the top performing stock exchange in the world, and that's nothing to scoff at. So we're very happy to be here to celebrate this night.
Okay, so what has JMMB been doing to improve on their best practices to be among the top world-class, you know, Jamaica Stock Exchange, as you just mentioned?
Well, lots of stuff. You know, my head of compliance always has us on our toes, you know. So we're always looking at, you know, what do we need to do to be better? So starting with the information that we put out there, we have an active research team that makes sure that timely and accurate information hits the market in terms of our disclosure practices, how timely they are, how frequently they happen, and again, what kind of information do we put out there. It's all part of the whole ecosystem of, again, being a listed company. Yes, there's that aspect of the disclosure, but how are we supporting the investing public as a broker by helping them to make wise investment decisions, again, through the information that we put out there about the other listed companies also. So we're very busy, but we're excited, and, you know, win, lose, or draw, we're just happy to be a part of this event as we have been for the last 15 years.
Okay, thank you very much, and all the best tonight.
Thanks, Tamara. Appreciate it.
I'm now joined by Mr. Zachary Harding, Group Chief Executive Officer of the Stocks and Securities Limited, SSL. Tell us, what are some of the best practices that your company has implemented, has been emphasizing?
Sure. So the main thing that we're focusing on is customer service. Obviously, we have no business if we have no customers. So nothing matters what products we have, what other special things we're doing. Doesn't matter unless we can serve our customers in an appropriate way. So a lot of training has gone in to making sure that the team is at a level where they can understand all of the products and services that we have and be able to answer all the questions that our investors and clients will have. So the main focus is just on people.
So just as we're about to wrap up this cocktail hour, I'm joined by Ms. Greta Bogues, and she is one of the committee members of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards. A pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much. Delighted to be here.
Okay, so tell us about the awards process for the corporate governance aspect, because I understand that that's the area that you're in charge of.
Thank you very much. Yes, I actually chair the corporate governance committee for the awards, and it's a very, very, very interesting process because, as you know, this particular process is a volunteer. So we don't actually, or companies I say, they have to submit applications, and then we go through a process to evaluate what they have submitted. So they have a questionnaire that they need to complete, and then they submit that with a lot of their governance documents. We look also at the annual report, and we also look at the website, because our objective is to ensure that the spirit of corporate governance is being practiced in the organization, and also very important that they are complying with the regulations and legislation as stipulated by the stock exchange rules.
And my final question, because as we award this evening those who are the top of the top, what advice would you give to those who you feel they need to make some improvements?
Well, I think that we've come a very far way in these best practice awards. And one thing that research has shown actually is that the more we actually have these awards where we recognize peers, the more persons become very interested in being a part of it. And as actually I find the environment very competitive. I find the listed companies very competitive. But one thing I would say to all listed companies, make sure you abide by the rules. The rules are very stated clearly in the rule book. But more importantly, what shareholders, stakeholders are asking for is disclosure and transparency. And therefore, if you can do that, that's the start of the journey to be in the top for the Best Practice Awards.
This wraps up the cocktail segment of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Award. But the show has only begun. When we return, we head to the main stage.
Great design is not only how things look, but also how well they work. The GLC, more than meets the eye.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the JSE Best Practices Awards 2018. I am Dr. Terry Carell-Reid. It is a pleasure to serve as your MC for this evening. In about June, I had the pleasure of chairing the 50th Anniversary Awards here at the Jamaica Pegasus. And I had the opportunity of saying that it was quite an honor for a number of reasons. Number one, I transitioned from being a saver to an investor. And I did it because of a very good friend of mine, my broker, Ryan Strawn, who I think is here today. Very handsome gentleman. And he came and he took me out of my wicked ways and he said, Terry, let us make you some money. So I was a conservative investor and he held my hand and he took me through. And now Ryan sends me WhatsApp messages saying, Terry, send on 500,000. We're going to buy some stock. I'm to get that money to you, Ryan. Good to see you. So I am the first person to actually start investing in my family, but it didn't stop there. My daughter turned 7, March the 1st, and I decided to open up a portfolio for her, and again, Ryan helped me with that, just because I want it to be something that is generational in terms of financial literacy. But then it was an honor because I remember Bloomberg had stated really early in the year, from January, I think, that the Jamaica Stock Exchange was the world's best performing stock exchange. So in June, I remember saying at the 50th Anniversary Awards that was rich, real rich. Now, in this last quarter, I happen to follow the Jamaica Stock Exchange on Instagram, and if you're not following them, you need to. I think it's one of the coolest accounts you could follow. I'm seeing the Canadian Securities Exchange. I see Marlene Street Forrest and her team. They're in Canada. They're on the New York Stock Exchange. They're ringing the bell over here. They're ringing the bell over there. She's on Bloomberg TV. And I said, but I can't say it's rich. This is what we call opulent. Opulent. Seeing the Jamaican flag flown high at the New York Stock Exchange. I don't know if you saw the images. I couldn't have been prouder. And then most recently, I believe it was the NASDAQ tower that again said, congratulations, JSE. The JSE Go Live is there, and you guys are doing such big things. So again, I am standing here as a proud investor. I'm standing here as a very proud Jamaican to be your MC for this evening. I recognize this lady as a superstar because that is who she is. She is an absolute leader, and we've had the privilege of seeing her and her team do a tour. She always speaks so highly of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, of our businesses, our brokers, and the entire ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Managing Director of JSE, Mrs. Marlene Street Forrest.
Tonight is priceless. And so it is really an honor and indeed a privilege to welcome you to this, our 15th Best Practices Awards ceremony. We are more excited about this evening than in the prior years, as unlike the others, this year we celebrate a momentous occasion. 15 years of unshakable dedication of all our stakeholders to the vision and purpose of these awards. Traditionally, 15th anniversaries are marked by crystals or watches. These gifts signify that this anniversary means that we have a better understanding of our purpose, and though time has passed, there's every intention that the clock will continue to tick for another 15 years. I'm sure you'll forgive me, though, if I make a slight segue and shine the spotlight on the JSE itself, which is marking its 50th year. I firstly want to give thanks for the enormous international exposure we have received throughout the year. Some of the accolades with which we were showered include being named the best performing exchange for 2018, coinciding with the period under which these awards are adjudged. We were also named top performing exchange in number 5, continuing in 2019, and we will see where the year will end. In Europe, we were bestowed with the honor of the European CEO Awards for the most innovative exchange for 2019. During the year, we were overwhelmed with gratitude, particularly by the fire lit by Jamaica diasporans who have been encouraged to invest in our market. This ignited a real desire by external markets and people everywhere to learn a bit more about Jamaica, not only the Jamaica Stock Exchange, but Jamaica. No doubt that this makes best practices even more critical. The world's financial community must see us as leading the charge for best practices in and good governance of our companies. There is a weight on every company here this evening to ensure that there is best practice in its organization and good governance, because the world is looking. This year, too, there was phenomenal and record attendance, over 2,000 persons at our National Investor Education Week open house, where the focus again was investing in companies. I'm doing a little promotion here as well, because on the regional conference in 2020, our focus again will be on market development and sustainability of companies. Now, as we mark this significant occasion of our 15th JSE Best Practices Awards, we feel sure that we have etched in the minds of our stakeholders that these awards are important and that they are coming from a long time before best practices was a popular thing to work towards and even talk about. We believe that the JSE Best Practices Awards push companies to embrace high standards and encourage them to apply these standards across their organization. We expect among these things, best practices will improve workplace skills, reduce waste, and foster greater efficiency in the use of technology. As you know, the Jamaica Stock Exchange is big on technology. We have gone to NASDAQ, and next year you will be seeing us reaching out to companies more in terms of utilizing the system. Best practices, however, are ever evolving and so will continue to be relevant, just like these awards. They are meant to light the way and help keep us focused on the important objectives of giving of our best in critical areas of business, which have been so judged and for which we are eagerly anticipating this evening. As we continue to promote the importance of companies upholding the best practices within their organizations, tonight's event is simply a way of saying that we recognize that your companies have been doing it right. Tonight represents an avenue where your colleagues and competitors can share that you are being recognized for your excellence and your quest for perfection. We recognize that emphasis on best practices change, and we must change with them. So, in terms of the JSC and the committees, we must take a closer look at the impact of, and also of the companies, impact of social sectors, and we are asking our companies to look at things like climate change, cybercrime, and issues of diversity in the workplace. As we become more global players, these are key components of the best-in-class companies. We are assured that as our committee prepares for the next 15 years, that we will not be left behind, but we will remain just as relevant as we are when we started 15 years ago. To our listed companies and member dealers, we want to say thanks again for making a market of which we can all be proud as our position, the best performing exchange in the world, to a large extent, is as a result of your work. Your performance allows the exchange to speak confidently on the world stage of your commitment to your organization and these awards. Once again, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to this awards ceremony. We have much to be thankful for. You honor your peers and us with your presence and the support of our efforts, and for this, we are truly thankful. As I close, I want to briefly reflect on the historic moment when we raised the Jamaican flag at the New York Stock Exchange and promoted Jamaica through the Bloomberg Channel earlier this year. We would like you to help us to keep that flag flying. Welcome, everyone.
At this time, I'd like you to kindly direct your attention to the screens as we learn more about the Best Practices Awards.
The Best Practices Awards was established in 2004 to bring an emphasis on what is good practices in organizations. It was also established to ensure that there was a dialogue between the companies and their stakeholders. We also wanted to ensure that we had a dialogue with companies that are listed on the exchange. There are 6 categories of awards. These are Best Practices Awards in corporate disclosure and investor relations, best practices in website, annual report, best performing company, and also the coveted award, which is the Governor General's Award. We also have the Best Practices Award in relation to member dealers. It has been an exciting period for the last 15 years because what has happened is that companies are excited in terms of vying with each other for these awards, getting the coveted awards that happen each year. And what we have found is that because of these awards, companies have now continued to do of their best, benchmarking to international standards. And the level of activity and communication
has grown over the years. We also have people who are committed to judging these awards. These are independent persons who have given up their time. So we have persons drawn from the universities, we have persons drawn from corporate Jamaica, and also those whose skill sets are best used in the areas in the different categories. The overall objective of the award is to ensure that our companies move from one stage of their operation to another. Best practices will percolate throughout the entire company, ensuring that companies grow and to allow for sustainability. And sustainability is important to growth and development.
We take our first break from our coverage of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards. This is Business Access TV. Keep watching.
Dodge & Global Marketing Strategy Consulting. Marketing isn't a department, it's a system. Having an integrated and cohesive marketing plan allows each marketing technique to support the others, thereby creating a synergy of branding and growth for your business. Dodge & Global can assist you in making smart decisions with lasting value in regard to the following key decisions. Determine if there is a paying market for your products and services. Craft long-term and short-term marketing goals. Define marketing campaigns. Create marketing strategies. Select powerful marketing techniques to reach your audience. Choose a brand and image that reflects your core message. Design marketing materials. Design internet marketing strategies. Track marketing results to determine the strongest techniques. Because it's so important to create an integrated marketing strategy that will bring in business. Get advice and mentoring from people who are already successful marketing experts. Our team can help you make smarter, more effective decisions. Let's have a conversation. Contact us at email info@dodgen.global. Website https://dodgen.global.
Again, I'm going to ask you to kindly turn your attention to the screens as we hear from Professor Neville Ying, Chairman of the Best Practices Committee.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2018 was a fantastic year for the Jamaica Stock Exchange, and by extension, all listed companies and brokerage houses. At the end of 2018 and on the cusp of 2019, when the Jamaica Stock Exchange celebrates its 50th anniversary, the stock exchange was cited by Bloomberg as the #1 best performing stock exchange in the world. We're all excited and pleased about this result and this ranking because it shows that best practices are paying handsome dividends. Our companies have embraced best practices and as a result are doing well. And when our companies do well, the stock exchange does well. We have seen what profits have done for investor confidence. We now need to give equal focus to the people dimension of sustainable development. We at the Jamaica Stock Exchange have committed to do something about this. We were therefore very pleased in January 2019 when the Prime Minister, the Most Honourable Andrew Holness, launched a bold initiative of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, which is the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange. The Jamaica Stock Exchange is putting to use through this initiative the value proposition that sustainable growth of the social sector is good for business. The projects the Jamaica Stock Exchange has selected to start this new venture are as follows. The Deaf Can Coffee Project. This project focuses on training and employment for the deaf persons. Choose Life International Project, which is seeking to reduce the sharp rise in the incidence of suicides in our society. Jamming Music Studio project, which focuses on music and the profession of music to create an alternative pathway to crime and violence. Spring Praise Jamaica project, which seeks to reverse the antisocial behavior of young people and encourage children to start saving early. Alpha School of Music project, which focuses on redirecting young men through music and spiritual and remedial education. The game plan is to provide these projects with financial and technical assistance to enable them to grow into financially self-sufficient social business enterprises. We invite you to partner with the Jamaica Social Stock Exchange, that together Jamaica can establish a new international benchmark, which is the balancing of social and economic development. Let me return to the Best Practices Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen marked improvement in all the areas that we have assessed. And we would like to take the opportunity to thank all the companies for the hard work that they have done, and in so doing, embracing international best practices. I want to pause at this point to offer heartiest congratulations to Mrs. Marlene Street Forest for the important leadership that she has been given to the Jamaica Stock Exchange. The crowning moment for me was when she appeared on Bloomberg TV to speak about the Jamaica Stock Exchange. She represented our country very well, and we are proud of her, and she should take a bow for this. Finally, and very important, I would like to thank members of the Best Practices Awards Committee for their professional, technical, and dedicated services. We are grateful and give profound thanks to the team at the Jamaica Stock Exchange, who remains behind the scene, but whose contributions are invaluable and indispensable in allowing our work to flow smoothly. Please enjoy our celebration of excellent performance this evening.
Now, these are gifts for the committee members. We'd just like to say thank you so very much for your dedicated service. So let us hear it from Miss Greta Bogues, Mrs. Lisa Bell, Dr. Nsombe Jaja, Mrs. Alicia Hussey, Mrs. Marlene Street Forest, Dr. Janice Simmons Fisher as well. The next person is Miss Roxanne Miller. Let us hear it from Mrs. Antoinette McCain, Miss Andrea Kelly, Miss Gabrielle Grant. These were the ladies on the committee, and we thank the chairman of the Stock Exchange, Mr. Ian McNaughton, for being our presenter. We now welcome Mrs. Marlene Street Forest, Managing Director of the JSE, to be the presenter or to present the tokens to the gentlemen who served on the committee. Now let us hear it for the man with a very deep voice, Professor Neville Ying. And following Professor Neville Ying is Mr. Errol Anderson. And he'll be followed by Mr. Christopher Povell. Let us say hello to Mr. Ricardo Allen. Let us hear it from Mr. Alvaro Casterly. Thank you for your service, sir. Mr. David Hall, Mr. Nigel Koch, Dr. Andre Horton. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Michael Johnson. Last but not least, Dr. William Lawrence.
If you're just joining us, you would have missed the presentation of awards to committee members, but no need to worry, as you are just in time for the presentation of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards.
Sundays at 4:30 p.m. It's all about Home Sweet Home. Get your half-hour dose of the business of real estate. From laws and concepts to reality, building, buying, or renting. Or what about trends in decor or renovations? Home Sweet Home will keep you up to date.
You guys are troublemakers on this side. How are we? We're fabulous? Have we had, excuse me? I just threw this thing on. So here's the thing. I take extreme pride in finding an outfit that that aligns with the brand colors of the particular event. So the first dress had the blue and the black, because blue is the Jamaica Stock Exchange color and the black is the wording, Jamaica Stock Exchange. But then I said, you know what? I've never done this before. In fact, I only change my outfits if it's a TV show and it's like a grand finale. So this is actually the very first time I'm doing a wardrobe change, and I'm calling it the Jamaica Stock Exchange. To my co-host, I hope you're ready. So we are getting into the announcement of awards, and it is an honor to welcome my co-host for this evening. Please put your hands together for Mr. Ricardo Allen, CEO of One and One and member of the Best Practices Committee. How you doing?
Thank you so much.
It's good to see you.
Dr. Terry Carell Reed.
It's a pleasure. You're looking sharp.
Thank you so much.
Good. All right. So we are getting ready. Best Practices Awards 2018 Member Dealers Award. We will begin by recognizing the member dealers. The member dealers are given awards in several categories. The first category is in revenue generation and market activity. In this category, the JSE will recognize member dealers that, one, during the year, traded the most value on the exchange, and two, participated in JSE's programs. I would like to invite Senator Dr. Andre Horton, Senior Lecturer at UA, to present the first award. And the winner in this category is NCB Capital Markets Limited. Congratulations to NCB Capital Markets Limited.
And our next award goes to Investor Relations Stock Brokerage. This award recognizes the member dealer that consistently exceeds customer expectation by providing excellent customer service. I'd like to invite Mrs. Street Forest just to join us on stage to present this award. Give her a round of applause for me, guys. We'll first announce the second runner-up, JMB Securities Limited. Congratulations, JMB. Our first runner-up for this year's Investor Relations Stock Brokerage Award goes to Sagicor Investment Jamaica Limited. To our winner of the Investor Relations Stock Brokerage Award, I'll now invite, am I getting my drum roll? Jane Fund Managers, congratulations.
The next presentation is the JSE Member Dealers Award for Best Website. This award is given to encourage member dealers to raise the quality and efficiency of the dissemination of information to the investing public via the website. To present these awards, I call on former custos of St. Andrew, Mrs. Marigold Harding. Please make her welcome. Second runner-up. Actually, it's a tie. The second runners-up are Sagicor Investment Limited and JMB Securities Limited. We invite Sagicor Investments Limited to collect the award. I see the beautiful Alicia. Congratulations. This is in the category of Best Website. And this is JMB Securities Limited. The beautiful Carrie-Ann Stimson. Oh, that's a fabulous dress. In the category of Best Website is Victoria Mutual Wealth Management Limited. And the winner for the JSE Member Dealers Award for Best Website is Barita Investments Limited for the second year running. Congratulations for the second year running. Congratulations to the runners-up as well as the winner. Good job. Thank you so very much, Mrs. Harding.
Now on to our next award. Our next category will be awarded for expansion of investors and listed companies base. This award recognizes member dealer that has increased the number of clients in the JCSD and listed the most companies in 2018. To present these awards, I invite Mr. Nigel Coke to join me on stage, chairman of the Member Dealers Committee. Just give him a round of applause while he comes up. So for this category, we have a second runner-up. The second runner-up for the expansion of investors and listed companies base is NCB Cap Market. Congrats, Steve and team. Now on to our winners. And for this category, we have joint winners, right? They did so well, we could not separate them. The winners for the expansion of investors and listed company base are JMB and Sagicor Investment Limited.
Congratulations. The Jamaica Stock Exchange's Member Dealers overall winner is the Chairman's Award. To present this award, we call on the chairman of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, Mr. Ian McNaughton, to present the Chairman's Award for the top member dealer. Please make him welcome. The Chairman's Award for the top member dealer goes to He did it twice because we do have joint winners. Sagicor Investments Jamaica Limited, NCB Capital Market.
Now, we're about to shift gears a bit. We're going to move on to our Best Practices Award for 2018. Now, this award is given to encourage publicly listed companies to produce clearer, more reader-friendly annual reports that provide greater insight into the company's financial affairs, governance practices, and business activities. To present the award for Best Annual Report, I now invite Mr. Casserly to join us on stage. Now, we had some really good annual reports this year. If I can say so myself, being a part of the committee, and I must tell you that these companies that are selected here would have been winners, yes, but it doesn't say the others weren't great. All of them, we got some really good ones. So, you know, we've lifted the standards, and I want to say congratulations just about to everyone, all right? Very good job. Now, our second runner-up for this category goes to Lasco Manufacturing Limited. Now, our first runner-up for this category goes to Lasco Distributors Limited. So we've had Lasco Manufacturing, Lasco Distributors, and you guess who the winners are? Drum roll for me. Caribbean Producers Jamaica Limited. Now that we've gotten the Junior Market Awards for Best Annual Reports out of the way, let's move on to the main market. Now for this market, we had a joint second runner-up. We have two persons, actually, two companies being represented here. Drum roll. Jamaica Producers Limited and NCB Financial Group. Congratulations. For our winners, for the best annual report among companies listed on the main market, I now present, drum roll, Grace Kennedy Limited. Congratulations, Don and team, on this award.
Congratulations to the awardees so far at the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Award ceremony. But stay tuned, more winners to be announced when we return.
Cargo Handlers Limited. So we now enter the main market awards. First runner-up is Salado Foods Jamaica Limited. Congratulations to Salado Foods. This is for the main market awards in the category Best Performing Company, looking at areas of capital efficiency, profitability, and direct return on share holdings. And now it's time to find out who our winner is in the main market. The winner is Carreras Limited.
Now on to our next award. Next up is the Corporate Disclosure and Investor Relations Award. Now this award serves to recognize companies that maintain good investor relations with the wider investing public and make timely and accurate reports and announcements available to the JC. For this award, we have our second runner-up. The second runner-up for Corporate Disclosure and Investor Relations goes to Paramount Trading Jamaica Limited. The first runner-up for this award goes to Lasco Financial Services Limited. For the Corporate Disclosure and Investor Relations Award goes to Onibun, second year winning. For the main market, we have our second runner-ups going to Grace Kennedy Limited.
Steve, how are you doing?
Terry, I think your dress making me nervous.
Don't blame me. Don't listen. Leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. Congratulations, Grace Kennedy Limited. Ryan, I see you. Ryan Boo, I see you. Back to Steve.
The first runner-up for corporate disclosure and investor relation goes to NCB Financial Group. In the corporate disclosure and investor relation awards, JMB Group.
Next presentation, Best Practices Website. This award seeks to encourage listed companies to raise the quality and efficiency of the dissemination of information to the investing public via their website. To present these awards, I call on Professor Neville Ying, Chairman, Best Practices Committee, to present these awards. Second runner-up is Lasco Financial Services Limited. First runner-up, Junior Market, is Caribbean Producers Jamaica Limited, CPJ. Who will be the winner in the Junior Market? And the winner is Lasco Manufacturing Limited. Second runner-up is NCB Financial Group Limited. The first runner-up is Barita Investments Limited. Congratulations. And the winner in the main market subcategory is Mayberry Investments Limited. Congratulations, Mayberry.
Our next award will be for PSOJ JC Corporate Governance. This award seeks to recognize companies that demonstrate and practice outstanding corporate governance. To present these awards, I call on Ms. Greta Bogues, the chairperson of the PSOJ JC Corporate Governance Committee, to present. And the winner for the PSOJ JC Corporate Governance Award goes to Onibon. Now, on to our main market. For the second runner-up, first time being awarded tonight. I wonder who it is. Scotia Group Jamaica Limited. To our first runner-up for Corporate Governance Award, we now invite, drum roll, the Grace Kennedy Limited. Congrats, Grace. And for the winner of the PSOJ JC Corporate Governance Award, we invite the NCB Financial Group.
And now for the moment you have all been waiting for. The Governor General Award for Excellence will be presented by Mrs. Marlene Street Forrest. In the Junior Market category, JSC's Junior Market Best Practices Award overall winner is Lasco Manufacturing Jamaica Limited. JSE's Junior Market Best Practices Award, the Governor General Award for Excellence, the main market. It is a tie between Grace Kennedy Limited and NCB Financial Group Limited. Congratulations to all the nominees, certainly all the awardees, all the winners. Without all of you, the Jamaica Stock Exchange would not be performing so well. So thank you for implementing best practices. Thank you so very much.
This is Jennifer MacDonald, CEO of the PSOJ. You're watching BATV, serious about business.
Grace Kennedy were major winners here tonight. Tell us what these awards are for.
Thank you very much. We won the award for the best annual report, which we are so happy with because we have been working so hard on our annual report to improve it to really world-class standard. So this is actually the first time that we have won the best annual report. And this is the big award here. This is the Governor General's Award, which is for the best company on the stock exchange, which we won jointly with the NCB. The last time we won this award was 2004. So that's 15 years ago. So tonight is a very special occasion, and I'm sure all the Grace Kennedy staff tomorrow are going to be so happy that we have worked so hard and we have been recognized by the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
But that's really amazing. So what did Grace Kennedy do this time to make sure that they copped the top award tonight?
Well, we've just been focusing on great corporate governance. We've been focused on doing well as a company in terms of improving our profitability and revenue. You may have heard that we have set ourselves a target to have revenues of 100 billion by 2022, the first Jamaican company, and I can say to you, we are on track, if not ahead of track. We keep innovating. We want to be a global consumer group. We are in Canada, USA, Europe, UK. So we're just being very focused to our vision and trying to realize that vision by staying and working hard.
Okay, congratulations and keep up the fabulous work.
Thanks a lot, much appreciated.
So I'm here with the Mayberry investment team, and boy, they are smiles all around. Congratulations. Tell us how you feel and what award did you get tonight?
Oh, thank you very much. We're feeling elated. We won for the main market best website for 2018.
Okay, so what did you do to get the best website?
Visit our website, www.mayberryinvestment.com.
All right. Any new developments for 2020?
Yeah, we are really excited in rolling out our new technologies on our new platform that we are currently working assiduously to get first to market with. Okay. So look out for it.
All right, congratulations. Thank you. Catching up with another awardee from tonight's event, and this is of course Barita Investments. Tell us what awards you won tonight.
Well, tonight I'm holding here our award for the best member dealer website. We're very proud of this. And what's more amazing is that we've just upgraded our website to be even better. So we'll be back next year.
Here with Honeybun, and they are double awardees tonight. Congratulations. Tell us what the two awards are for.
This is for corporate investor relationship, and this one is for corporate governance.
And what did Honeybun do to come out as the winners in these categories tonight?
We're repeat winners, you know. We won the same awards last year.
So what have you been doing then to keep the success going?
We follow up, just keep on trying to do your best all the time and keep on following up with what we have done. And yeah, they keep coming.
So I'm here with Mr. Carreras, one of the big winners here tonight. Congratulations. Tell us what your award for.
Thank you very much. We won the best performing company in the main market. Yeah.
And what did you do to stand out to be the top winners in that category?
To be honest, I mean, Carreras is accustomed to winning this particular award. Last year we were the second runner-up, and the team said, listen, we need to go and reclaim our award. So what we did, we ensured that we looked at the right things, and we were able to deliver more to the shareholders and deliver some EPS growth, and we were rewarded handsomely for it. So we're back in the winning category, and we really feel good about that.
NCB, one of the big winners here tonight. I see you don't have your award because your team left with it, but tell us about some of the awards that you copped tonight.
Okay, so for NCB Capital Markets, we won an award for market generation, and we were joint overall winners in terms of member broker-dealer. And on the listed company side, we NCB Financial Group won quite a few awards, but they also won the Chairman's Award for Excellence. That's the overall main market award.
And so how do you feel about copying these awards?
Great. We did well last year, and we did well again this year. So it's a very proud feeling.
It has been quite an eventful evening. Congratulations to all the nominees and special congratulations to the winners. This has been Business Access TV's coverage of the Jamaica Stock Exchange Best Practices Awards. I am Tamara McHale signing out for Business Access TV, serious about business.
business matters. Business Access TV offers you the most innovative and effective advertising solution for your business, specializing in B2B sales, cost-effective solutions, the customers you want, the repetition you need. No matter the size and nature of your company, your business matters.
Call us at 876-291-6233 or 876-376-4225. Email sales@batvja.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Shay Stewart, and I'm the chef and owner of Elite Creations, a catering company in Jamaica. I started this company essentially after not really enjoying working for people and wanted to, pursue my own goals in the culinary field. I thought I had a lot to offer. I thought I was very, new, exciting. I had a lot of creative ideas, and I felt compelled to really jump off in the water to see if I would swim or, drown, as they say.
This is where the madness happens. This is the kitchen at Ibex Global. This is where we do 700 meals a day.
Elite Creations is a catering company. We do food catering. We also do bar services. And it came about essentially, I have a few family members and that put on events, namely a Philip Palmer who back then he did a party named Osmosis. And I thought that I could come on board and do some food for the VIP area that he had. And I don't know, I guess it's just one of those traits of an entrepreneur when they feel compelled to do something. And, I just went for it, and I guess the rest is history, as I say. Recently, we've expanded into doing like rentals of furniture, bistro tables. So ultimately my goal for Elite Creations is to be a multifaceted company where it's basically a one-stop shop for event that you want to do. So we could bring in lighting, stage, trussing, TV screens, all the elements that come together to make one event. I cater to foodies, I cater to people that want to eat the best food, So from secular events as like I did Sunrise Breakfast Party, I've done the whole Dream Weekend thing in the past, to corporate events such as Sagicor staff parties, Digicel, NCB, Scotiabank. I've done a dinner for people that want to propose to their loved ones. So the list isn't really subjected to any one person. I've been on my own for probably about 6 years. I left my previous job. I was with Max Chop House. I've done stints on the hotel on the North Coast. I've been at Cafe Aubergine, and as I said, it's just the feeling of pursuing your own goals, of having growth and being accomplished, self-actualization. And one of that primary objectives I feel in my life is to be my own business owner. This is my staff. Biggs, we have O'Shane. At Countryside, we have a kitchen that we currently run a canteen where we feed approximately 700 meals a day, Sunday to Sunday. I also can operate a mobile kitchen to feed up to 2,000 people. So between the two, we kind of bounce around depending on the event, depending on the style of the execution. Also depending on the client's requests, we kind of, jump around and do what we have to do. This was currently my restaurant, Shay's at Countryside. Subsequently, the property has become into an international call center where, I'm operating a canteen now where I said I feed over 700 people a day. So it kind of fell in my lap. It's a very convenient location. It's in the heart of Half a Tree, and it really it has helped in my growth. Being an entrepreneur, you get to understand the importance of having cash flow and stuff like that. So, I currently employ over 25 people. So, I think I'm on my way to not only competing and having my own goals, but I think I'm contributing more to Jamaica. Well, funding for me was basically a step-by-step growth of me taking my time and taking one step at a time to basically build myself. I haven't really gotten any funding from any outside persons, so everything I have is basically what I've done thus far in building a solid foundation to kind of grow step by step. The money was initially used to buy the essential equipment that I would need at any given time. So what my philosophy is, for every event that I do, I must can at least buy one piece of equipment, for me to move on and further expand what I have. So whether it's a spoon to a convection oven to a fryer to having a truck to move around, everything has its place, everything has its importance to, growing your business. Profitability is definitely there. With every business, I've experienced ups and downs. I think my first reason of being in this business is the love and the passion. A lot of the times, you feel to give up because you feel like the amount of work that you put in, you're not making enough money. But I really love and enjoy what I do. I'm very passionate about it, and my philosophy is put in the good work and the love, and the money would always come. So I've been very blessed. I've been on my own for 6 years, and in a very tight economy, a very competitive economy, but I've still been able to keep my head above water. So I give thanks for that. I would love to think that my staff, love to work with me and think I'm a good boss. But I think how I rapport with my staff, it's very family. They're my family, and I view them as a family. As a chef, I'm not gonna say that I'm not very miserable, I'm cranky, but they understand it's the job. I just want the job to be done, and I can be very, as I said, very cranky, very edgy, but I have a good relationship with my family. Everybody plays a role, and I think they appreciate what I've done for them, because I definitely show them their appreciation, because without a solid team, you can't reach anywhere. So my staff is the most important asset to my business. From one person working with me, bringing in somebody else, I've looked at places like Hart, because I'm a Hart graduate also. I looked at places like, UTech. I use a lot of UTech people. And it's just working and having people come in and out, and just who I connect with is who I tend to keep around. I go with a vibe and an energy and see how eager they are to learn. If they're not eager to learn, then I'm not interested, because they also have to have their need for growth, and that is important to me. I think the culture is very, as I said, family oriented. It's very, it's a big emphasis on teamwork. And I think we're all hard workers. As I said, I try to, employ people that have their own ambitions. I have to remember that I started working with someone too, and I was very fortunate that none of them tried to hold me back. Ask any chef out there, the hours of work is long, 16 hours, 18, easily. If I have an event, I'll go days without sleep. Like literally last weekend with whole big wall and breakfast party. I did something for Panjam, and it was back to back to back, including having the canteen. It can be very, very, very tedious. I'll go Smyrna Dream Weekend, Appleton Dream Weekend, the whole weekend, 2 parties a day. It's very tolling on the body, but then you have to remember that you have to find that time to take care of yourself also. So that's really very important. So my average day is a long day of work. Being an entrepreneur has, really affected, finding time for yourself, and even for your family, it's been very difficult. But you really have to try and find that time, and you have to, you know, I've been fortunate, like, again, that my family really supports what I do, you know what I mean? They're fully behind me. I feel sometimes like they're there just to help me, you know what I mean? So, you know, you just have to touch and go and find what works for you. You know, take a little time, do a little gym exercise, you know, make sure you eat breakfast in the morning, make sure if you have a child that those little time, those little moments, make sure that they count, you know, and if you have a significant other, you just have to have a balance and have a routine for each other to kind of know that, okay, when all is said and done, at the end of the day, we can enjoy ourselves.
Hi, it's Novia MacDonald-White, Senior Associate Editor at the Jamaica Observer. And guess what? You are watching Business Access Television.
All right, so this is where we serve our packaged lunches to the call center agents. So today we're doing, like, you know, traditional Jamaican food, roast chicken, stew peas, fried chicken. The challenges that I've faced primarily has to do with, you know, the economy really and how much business that I'm able to acquire. We also do sandwiches and fries and stuff and deli items for, you know, those who are on a break and they don't want the heavy lunch. My challenges are really tied with how much I feel that I need to grow, basically. So, you know, if I don't feel that I'm growing as much as I think I should be, you know, my aspirations and my goals, if they're not being accomplished on my timeline, I kind of beat myself up sometimes. But, you know, you just have to push on through and really have a tunnel vision. I tell everybody that, yes, I know I have competition, but not to say that I don't worry about them, but my core thing is to just do what I am set out to do, you know, and I think everything else will fall in place. Being new in the industry is also a challenge sometimes. People don't have the confidence to really say, okay, can Shay do this? I remember even my own cousin was like, asked me repeatedly, Shay, you sure you can manage it, Shay? And I had to prove myself. A lot of young entrepreneurs, a lot of people in the workforce that are just that, you know, will definitely have those challenges. And, you know, you just have to make sure that every time you do it to the best of your ability. You know, the worst opportunity could be your last opportunity. You know, I cannot, as a chef, lapse any at all. If I have one event and somebody's sick, you know, that could be my last, you know, so every opportunity has to be treated as the last opportunity, so you have to do it to the best of your ability. But preventing mistakes, I think one step ahead. Before an event, I think of everything that can go wrong and I think of a solution, even before it goes wrong. So I know that when it goes wrong, I have a solution for it, and I'm very keen to knowing that, okay, something may go wrong. I'm never take things for granted. And another thing that is very important in managing mistakes is allocating a lot of time. You know, so, you know, as I say, what can go wrong will go wrong. So if I need to be somewhere logistically an hour before, I go 2.5 hours before, because I know that time will help me overcome any mistake that I may buck up on. Failures has definitely been an enemy of mine. I mean, I think any business person has to go through a certain amount of failures to be successful. It is very crucial because it's a learning experience. And and it goes back to what I said about time. That was a big learning experience for me, where I had an event in country and I was doing breakfast, lunch and dinner for this family fun. It was a business fun day, and you know, I did not allocate enough time, and you know, I reached late, start off bad, and it was just like a snowball from there. And that has taught me that I have to not take time for granted, and it's very important not to take time for granted. New ideas generally come to me. Sometimes I just find some time for myself and I just think and I just wonder, and it's like they're just sent to me. I mean, I think that's one of my, I guess, talents, that I'm always thinking of something new, something exciting, something different that I can do to kind of keep myself relevant, because that's very, very important in this industry with so many competition. Always trying to reinvent yourself, always try to do something new, always try to keep a fresh perspective and keep that passion alive is very important. Building a successful customer base is very, very important for my industry. Having repeat clientele is also, very, very important. It's very important for you to do the job good or do the job right, because that's how you build your customer base. You want them to always believe in you. You want them to feel that, okay, I hired Shay, so I don't need to worry about that. The job is done. And that is because, I take my job seriously. So I make no mistakes, or if I do make no mistakes, my client doesn't know about it, because I know the next best thing to kind of overcome that mistake. So, having your client believe in you and know that if they hire you, the job is done, and the job is done better than anybody they think they can do, is very important in, building a successful client base. Growth strategies has definitely been on my mind, and that's one of the reasons why I've taken a step to become multifaceted, not only rely on my culinary abilities, but also see, what aspects of the different events that I may come and cater to, what can I bring to the table also. So, being able to, I can do the food, but yeah, let me do your bar too. I can do your bar, but let me rent you the glasses. I can rent you the glasses, but how about some lighting? So stuff like that. Being multifaceted is definitely a very important thing for me, and having something tangible, like, as opposed to not making my company rely solely on my talents, having something that I can offer other than my cooking, expertise, or even me, have someone being able to execute something for me, which is where I'm kind of transitioning to become now. Marketing my business, I have a publicist, Joni. She really helps me. I definitely come up with the ideas and have someone try to execute it for me. What I try to focus on is being a chef, and because that's my strength. So marketing my business is, I have a team of people that try and market me, whether it's entering a competition or, an expo, or, the whole social media aspect, having a fan page on Facebook, doing advertisement, making appearances. It's a very competitive market, so there are many ways that you can market yourself, and, we try to dabble in everything. Even being on the show is an act of marketing, so thank you guys for approaching me and thing, yeah. So, you have to be on your toe points, and you have to always push yourself out there and make sure you're being seen, and that's very important. I wouldn't say I'm willing to do anything to be successful, but I know I'll work as hard as I can, in terms of not overexerting myself in terms of work. I think there's no limit to that. And I have to be very careful, because, sometimes the long hours, it takes a toll on your health and stuff like that. And I know any chef can agree that they have the worst diet in the world. They don't eat properly, they don't sleep properly. Being a chef is a really hard job. You're in hot and cold. And I think we do things that the normal person wouldn't probably think that we do, but it's a part of the job, and you have to live with it. And we work where people play, you understand? So I think I've done a lot, to say that, maybe the average person wouldn't do to try and reach where I am. I don't think there's one pattern or one formula, but I think you may have your own formula, what works for you. I don't think what works for me works for someone else. I think I have my own pattern, I have my own formula. My own is hard work and dedication and passion. That's my formula. Everything is led with passion. It's not essentially about the money, the success, the fame. But with my hard work, passion, you know, the money, the success and fame will come. And I think that's my formula, you know what I mean? So that's what I live by, that's what I rule by, hence my mantra is food is love. My goal is my goal, you know what I mean? Achieving my goals, you know, living my dream, you know. One of my benchmarks for success is making my mother proud, you know, and, you know, I'd hope to do that, you know. So when I can say to my mother, you know, don't work, you know, that's success for me. My greatest fear is overall failure, you know, whatever, I mean, you know, just not reaching. You will fail along the way, but the overall failure of not reaching your accomplishments is my greatest fear. And I overcome that by keep on pushing, never giving up, always believing, because you have to believe to achieve. You know, if you don't believe in yourself, then the vision is blurry, you know, and have your vision, know your goals, and always work hard for it. And, you know, don't tell anybody that you can't. Don't watch somebody else and say how them reach this and you not reach this. So it's just you. You know, you have to do what you have to do.
This week on Home Sweet Home, we go around Jamaica to visit a few of our most historical homes, each with their own little story. Our first stop, let's find out.
Motivation comes from wanting to have a solid future. Motivation comes from wanting to stop working hard and enjoying the future. You know, motivation comes from, you know, wanting to set a solid foundation for my son. You know, motivation comes from, you know, wanting to make my family proud. You know, motivation comes from being happy. So, yeah, I find my motivation all around me. Motivation comes from wanting to make a country better, you know. Like one of the things that I hate to do is drive on the road and see somebody begging. Like, I hate that. Like, why? You know what I mean? So if I can help somebody because of my success, that's a part of my motivation. My greatest inspiration, you know, is obvious, is my mother. I mean, you know, I love her to death. She has really, I mean, I've never, and it might sound cliche, but I've never seen anybody that's so supportive. You know, my mother has supported me. You know, she suggested that I should go to Heart Runaway Bay and become a chef. You know, when I did an associate's degree and I couldn't find a job, and you know, I mean, nothing bothers her. You know, she's behind me 100%. You know, she corrects me when she knows I'm doing stupidity. You know, she guides me. You know, she's a friend. You know what I mean? So my mother is my main source of happiness. You know, I really love my mother. My favorite aspect of being an entrepreneur is not having the limitations. You know, being able to express yourself, being able to do what you want to do or do what you need to do to achieve certain things. You know, setting your own goals, employing people, helping people. You know, that's what I love about being an entrepreneur. Some people think that, okay, you know, you can set your own time and you can go on vacation when you want, but I think it's even harder. I think being an entrepreneur is harder than working for someone when you have a set pay and you know how things going to run and you can schedule. And, you know, being an entrepreneur, you have to be on your toes. You have to expect the unexpected, you know, and I live for that. Some of my successes, I attribute it to, you know, again, the hard work and dedication, my support base, my family, my staff. You know, I have a great team behind me. Yeah, so something as simple as having, you know, the contract to be a concession for the call center, having my, you know, my food event called Bachelor Chef. I don't think I'm satisfied. You know, I want more. I've never reached my goal. My goal is to be bigger than I am today, So it's a continual growth. So satisfaction hasn't been reached as yet. I want more, as I said. But I give thanks, and I appreciate where I am today. I know it's a lot of hard work, and I know that I have a foundation, and that's what is important to me. So I know at the end of the day, I always have something, and I have a goal, and I have a talent that I can rely on. My hobbies is a football, man. I love to play football with my friends. I try to do that at least twice a week. Just chilling, spending time with my son, with my family. I need to have more hobbies, I think, because I need to find more time for myself. But, I have a few hobbies. I like to play dominoes. I like to go out. I actually like to go to parties because I'm normally working at parties. So, yeah, that's some of my hobbies. I think my life is so entwined and tied to my career that I think everything positive with my career is happiness for me. So for right now, it's my goals, It's ambition, it's reaching where I want to be, and that brings happiness to me. When my son smiles, too, happiness. When my mom's happy, happiness. My family's happiness, So the ultimate happiness is when I see what all my hard work has paid off to be. A lot of sacrifices have been made. As simple as not being able to spend as much time as I want with my family, with my friends also, At one point I started when I was 19, So, when my friends would go out and enjoy it, I had to be working because I know where I wanted to be. As I said, I've had in the past where, family members would pass and I can't go to a funeral, or I can't go to my brethren's wedding, or, I can't even vacation. I have a sister that lives in New York, and I would go every year, all of that has been omitted out of my life, because of my career. But, I love what I do, so I think the sacrifices were well deserved, and I know I'm doing it now that I can enjoy my life later. Future plans for my company, as I said before, I think sky's the limit. I want to, go into more things. I'm really passionate now about, the whole rental business. A lot of events need, different furnitures, the whole screens and stuff. I also have a musical background. My father is a producer and a sound engineer, so, I've been dabbling in a little music, artist management, stuff like that. I have a passion for music. I think it's in my blood also. And I think there is a stark, well, not a stark, but there's a great comparison with music and food. You have different instruments that come together to make one sound. You have different ingredients in a pot that come together to make one dish. You kind of have to balance all the different ingredients. So I have a real passion for music now too, and I think someday I'd want to, express that passion, and when I'm allowed to, because as I said before, becoming multifaceted and having a tangible product as opposed to just my product, I'll be able to express myself in other mediums. My advice for young people wanting to come into my industry or the culinary industry, whether as a chef, pastry chef, food and beverage management, is to really, have a goal and stay focused, be committed, be prepared to put in a lot of hard work and dedication. But one of the most important things is to be eager to want to learn. Don't be closed-minded. There's always somebody out there that can teach you something, and you have to be willing to make those sacrifices, but just be dedicated and committed to what you want to do, and never give up, and never let anyone tell you that you can't do something. And find that inspiration in something. Find a role model look up to someone and have a direct path with someone that you want to be like. There's nothing wrong with wanting to emulate somebody. You can emulate them and then put your own feeling and twist to it.
Accounting services. Providing financial information to our clients in a timely and accurate manner is a commitment that we feel cannot be compromised. Meaningful, well-organized financial records ensure that your business operations will run more effectively on a daily basis. Dodgen Global provides a full range of cost-effective accounting services, including the following: general ledger and financial statement preparation, bookkeeping, monthly, quarterly, annually. Accounting system set up for new businesses. Compilation of financial statements. Audits and reviews. For more information and to discuss your requirements with one of our experts, please contact us today. Email info@dodgen.global. Website https://dodgen.global.
The idea of smart homes, homes that automatically control heating, cooling, lighting, and appliances in homes, has been the stuff of science fiction for decades, but not anymore. Find out how and why on this episode of Home Sweet Home, where we'll feature the JPS Smart House.
I'm Tishura Gibbs, the Regional Director for JPS for Western Jamaica. Smart Home came about as we look to leverage technology in how we serve our customers. We stand behind our vision of leading an energy revolution and our mission of creating an energy solution for every Jamaican. Our customers' expectations are changing. They're now more focused on technology. They're more focused on having control. And so for us, it was really a fusion of energy and technology, really. And our customers, it was a melting pot for energy efficiency, for technology, and for customer control, which is putting the power in the customer's hands. Any great project requires great partnership. The synergy has to be there. JPS wanted a JPS smart home, but we're not in the business of building houses. And so getting the right partner who was a housing developer was critical. And it was easy to choose Wicon for this process. Wicon is a developer who focuses on giving customers affordable yet beautiful, stylish homes. And it was just really easy to choose Wicon as the partner because they cross all the demographics and they have homes for everybody. And so that partnership was quite seamless. Working with Aisha Campbell and her team at Wicon was one of the best decisions we've made on this housing project. Also, we had ATL who came on board. Now, if we're talking about smart home, the first thing we want to consider is energy efficiency. There's no point in putting a smart home that has inefficient appliances in it. And so we worked with a company, ATL, that focuses on energy efficiency in their appliances. And that really worked for us. Then the platform, the technological platform on which the system operates was also critical to the success of the system. It was important to choose a partner who knew what they were doing, had expertise and experience in the business, and one that could offer security, because a big part of the smart home is security. And so it was really easy to choose G-Network Solutions to work with us. And then once we had our appliances in and we had the platform in place, we wanted to make sure that everything inside, the look, the feel of the unit, had something of luxury and class and style, But then at the same time, there was security, there was safety, there was energy efficiency, and there was optimum use of technology. And so it was easy to choose blind concepts. They were able to tailor blinds to fit the unit that we chose for this project. That's what we do.
So we're now joined by Rashid Anderson, Project Manager for the JPS Smart House. Thanks for joining us, Rashid. So I understand that you are the brains behind the technology of the home. Talk to us about the JPS Smart Home.
Let me first begin by saying what we envision at JPS. We are the people leading the energy revolution, unleashing Jamaica's growth and prosperity. And being cognizant of that, we recognize our role that we have to play in the national agenda. So we recognize how important it is for JPS to deliver more energy efficient solutions. So the whole concept behind the smart home is saying, hey, this is an area that we want to deliver an energy efficient solution. And we utilize this opportunity to say, here it is that we have a home that you can eliminate energy waste, you can enhance safety and security, and you can actually generate the energy that you consume. So that was the whole pitch behind the smart home. The smart home is part and parcel of a broader picture. We're actually looking forward to a smart city. We had a visioning session in around 2015, and we created a roadmap, a 5-year plan. And in this 5-year planning, we saw it necessary for us to improve or build on what we call our smart grid. And the whole concept of smart grid encompasses smart city, smart home, smart vehicles. So that is pretty much, I would say, the genesis or the timeline in which we really started conceptualizing it.
So how does the home work? How does it?
What we do with this home is that it allows you to control all your electronic, electrical appliances with the use of a cell phone, tablet, or your computer, right? So here is it that you can be at work and you have your home and you're about to leave office and you want to turn on your air conditioned units, set the mood just right, turning on a particular music, your favorite song, and
do all of that
turn on the lights. So you can actually do it right here in the office on your cell phone, and when you reach home, you'll have that preset for you. Say, for example, you left home, and this is an important feature. You left home and you had your iron or your flat iron plugged in. You are able to use your cell phone and connect to the devices and actually turn them off. So you have an all-off feature that you can just press one button and all the devices within the home will turn off.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's
and then
helpful.
It also has a feature for convenience and entertainment. So of course, you can set different music for different rooms that you're in. You can set the lighting to come off or on whenever you enter or leave the room. Also, safety and security is important. So a part of the whole pitch for the home is, if you're at home, you can arm your home using your cell phone, or if you're not at home as well. And once there is an intrusion, whether through window or door or wherever, it will be able to detect, it will be able to send you an alert, email, text. It'll also be able to call the local police station, send off an audible alarm, send off a visual alarm, and the works.
Now you mentioned that the home is controlled from your phone. How does it connect to the phone? Is there an app, and are there any other devices that we can use to control it?
How it essentially works is that you have a brain or a computer within the home that controls all the different appliances. And then from that brain or computer, you can connect via the internet to your smartphone and control it through the use of the phone. So the phone pretty much will replicate what the computer will do at home in terms of controlling the devices. So for the smart features within your home, you can range anywhere between little over $1 million Jamaican dollars up to $5 million. We would have spent close to $5 million on retrofitting this home simply because we wanted to showcase everything that's possible.
Right.
So we have lighting, convenience, controlling your irrigation, electric charging station, humidity sensors, rain sensors. We went all out to showcase what is possible for the home. But it really depends on you and your taste.
What you would need.
Right.
Right, okay.
Don't go anywhere. Home Sweet Home will be right back.
Taking the pain out of the audit preparation. Doggin Global now offers audit management services, AMS. With AMS, Doggin Global team manages your external audit process by providing the following. 1. Prepare and review schedules for your external auditors. 2. Prepare responses to your external audit team queries. 3. Assign our team members to locate supporting documents during field work. 4. Draft financial statements in accordance with IFRS to supply to your external auditors. 5. Provide guidance to your internal accounting staff regarding classification and recording of transactions. 6. Review your general ledger for accuracy. 7. Prepare necessary journal entries. 8. Prepare fixed asset register. 9. Prepare accounting and operational manual for effective internal control. 10. Liaise with the company external auditors. We work with your team to achieve timely and effective external audits, resulting in timely completion of your audited financial statement, while your current staff focuses on their daily activities. Contact us, info@doggin.global, website doggin.global.
Welcome back to Home Sweet Home.
So you've told us all about the smart home. Now it's time for us to see it. So we'll be taking a short trip to...
The smart home is actually in Meadows of Irwin, which is not too far from here. And yes, definitely we'll be showing you what the smart home is all about.
Yeah, so we'll be talking some more about it. Let's go.
All right, so we have entered our home and it recognizes that we are here. It actually gives you an acknowledgement, it's a welcome home, which is programmable. We also have the LED strip at the kitchen just to give a nice little ambient feel. And of course, just for your own convenience, we turn on the AC at 24 degrees Celsius, just how you like it upon entering your home. So all these stuff, they're programmable, and you can configure when you want the light to come on, how you want the light to come on. If you step into a room, you want the light to come on or come off. You can put timers on it. You can preset the air conditioner to whatever temperature you want, so that as you come in, you feel that you are in a smart home. All right, so I'm going to introduce you now to the interface that we have. It's very user-friendly, very easy, and once we go on our home, we can scroll through different categories or we can look at the different rooms. So for example, if we want to go in the kitchen, for example, and turn off our lights, we can turn on and off our lights. Turn on our TV and at the same time.
And there's the TV coming on.
Right. All right, let's just turn on the music and continue in the kitchen. Let us showcase what else we have. Again, we're all about safety and convenience.
Right.
So right where we have our laundry area, we actually install what is called a water leak detector. So if there happens to be any leak, then we will get an alert on our phones and tell us that we actually have a leak. Additionally, we have the smoke detector. So if for any reason we have a fire or blaze and the smoke detector goes off, again, it sends an audible alarm and also sends you a message, sends you a text. You can call the fire department as well.
Okay.
First of all, we want to arm our system, ensure that we are secure. So we have officially armed our system, right?
Just from your phone,
just from your phone, we have armed our system. Right? So what we'll do now is to simulate what would happen if it is that somebody was to break in. So we're going to walk over to our window.
I'm gonna break in.
And break in.
Is this open or is it? Oh, I locked it.
All right. So notice that we got an alarm on our phone. There's an audible alarm that comes off as well. Beside it. And in addition to that, there's actually program to call. You can actually have it call.
Okay, and that's immediate.
And that is immediate as well.
Okay.
March 16, 2017, 15 hours, 21 minutes and 50 seconds. Living room / monitoring. Window C3 contact.
Window.
So it actually gives you
the
exactly
detail where
what contact actually opens. So you know exactly what time and which window or door, actually opened.
Was affected. That's very, very good.
All right, so now we're going to take a look in the master bedroom to show you some of the features inside there as well.
And these are the speakers built in here that we're activating, turning on and off. Okay.
So we can go now, we can actually nice
softer music in here for the bedroom if we'd like.
Inside.
Okay.
We got our lighting and plugs. In the master bedroom, we have a plug that we can turn on the lights.
Nice.
We can also turn them off. Again, we have the blinds that we can control from our phone.
Oh, really?
Which we can activate and turn on and off. Those are the features that we have inside the bedroom right now.
We are now joined by Mr. Gary Hill. He's the owner and director of G Network Solutions, one of the partners on the JPS Smart Home. Thanks for joining us, Gary. So talk to me about G Network Solutions and what it's about.
Okay, G Network Solutions is a company based on providing IT solutions, security solutions. Anything you talk about networking, that's G Network Solutions. We started in 2009 we are based out of Toronto, Canada, and now we are here in Jamaica. We do security cameras as one of our main services for commercial and both residential. And with the smart home automation system that we're now just embarking on, it is one of our more important projects because we are now informing Jamaica of what they can have if we go the route of technology, utilizing technology to its fullest. Specifically, what we did with this home was make it smart.
Right.
All right. The technology that we use, the company that we use, is what is called Locks Own System. It's originated out of Austria, and it's a whole home aspect of smart home automation. Now, if you look on the market, there are a lot of smart home automations that are out there, but they are only piece and parcels. What we offer is a whole home solutions. Anything you can think of, we can make it smart. There are 3 stages to smart home automation. One is that it is easily automated. So, for example, your lights, your AC, your television, anything audio visual can be automated. And this is all controlled through any mobile device, which is your phone, tablet, or even your computer as well. Other than that, you have aspects of the home that are intelligent automation. For example, your motion sensors. So if you walk in the room, your music can actually turn on, your AC can actually be activated. So that's a part of the intelligent automation that we talk about.
Are there varying challenges for a new or existing home when implementing these things?
Yes, there are, but there's one positive to the Locks Own Smart Home system is that it provides what is called future build. Future build are existing homes that persons want to install infrastructure.
Right.
So for a new home, yes, it is much easier because then we can do all the wiring that is necessary to ensure that the person's home is smart as how they like it. For the future home, the one that's an existing build, we use more of wireless technology coupled with a few wire technology. And that is how we are able to still make the home smart. So the limitations are there, but nonetheless, the system facilitates that type of expansion, whether it be a new build or an existing build.
No, you guys went all out on this home because I see it has literally almost everything automated.
Yes. Security, that's everyone's first priority.
Right.
So all your windows, all your doors would be secure, and in that we do implement security cameras because the system is able to integrate with certain security cameras. So you are able to manage and see around the peripherals of your home and within your home, as well as you're able to secure your windows and your doors as well. So the security aspect of it,
that's definitely that's a must.
That's the must package that we speak about.
Okay. Okay, well, Gary, thank you very much for joining us and talking to us about the security solutions and the technology solutions inside the smart home.
You're welcome.
Thanks. More Home Sweet Home when we return.
The Good Life, your weekly dose of information on nutrition, wellness, and fitness. Discover ways to nurture your mind, body, and spirit.
I'm Adam Stewart. This is Business Access TV, serious about business.
Welcome back to Home Sweet Home.
Right now we have installed a sprinkler system actually in the front yard here. So again, there is a sticker that is pre-programmed to turn on the sprinklers. Okay. So I can actually put my phone against. There we go.
And there we have it.
So here we have our EV charging port where you can actually plug into your electric vehicle and charge it. You can actually turn this on and off through the app, as well as monitor what is the energy being consumed by your vehicle.
So are people excited about this smart home concept?
Definitely. In fact, the amount of phone calls I would have gotten since the actual launch till now would have been overwhelming. A lot of persons are asking for what is the next step, where are we going, how is it going to be rolled out, what is the cost. So the interest is definitely there.
And do you foresee any challenges with the commercialization of this type of thing?
Well, one of the main concerns interested customers would have is the fact that we're using technology now and they're asking about the threat of cyber security, hackers, stuff like that.
Right.
And one thing that we have been diligent about is to ensure that all of the automated features have a manual override, a manual backup. In addition to that, we also have ensured that the products that we use would have been certified to industry standards and benchmarked to first class, what we'd expect for security.
And you touched on it, but I was going to ask, in the event of a hurricane, if we don't have current or whatever it is there a key? Is there a AC remote? Just making sure that we have all these things and we can operate.
Yeah, definitely. So all the manual modes of operation still exist.
Stand, okay.
Right, so if for any reason that you're not able to connect, then you
we
can always
still
use the manual.
Go back to the regular way. Okay. What would you say is the biggest selling point of the smart homes, and how would you position it in Jamaica based on our economy and the situation here?
We would have spent close to $5 million on retrofitting this home simply because we wanted to showcase everything that's possible. We recognize that the appetite of customers, they want more control. They want to be in control of their power, their usage, everything. And I would say the biggest selling point is really giving them that control to manage their energy, manage their appliances remotely, whether at home, and also give them the flexibility, the convenience while doing it. So a big plus for this type of home is that it eliminates waste, energy waste, and you're able to really manage and monitor the energy that you use. So that would, for me, be the biggest selling point.
And if it is that I use my cell phone, which happens very frequently to us young people, you mentioned that there were manual ways. Is there any other way to get into the house?
Right, there is. So because the app can be installed not just on your cell phone, you can put it on your laptop or a tablet, and it is password protected and encrypted. So if it is stolen, then somebody, even if they have password access to your phone, would need another layer of access to get into the application that controls the device.
The security and all of that.
And also, you can change this remotely from an alternate device. In addition to that, we have technical support. So when all else fails, you can call our technical support and we will guide you through changing passwords or setting it up on another device.
Okay. Is there any maintenance that's required for the smart home?
Well, currently how we design the smart home is really a plug and play. So the maintenance is minimal. What I would say as maintenance would be if you need to replace a battery in any of the sensors or contacts. And because the home is smart, it will actually alert you when the battery level is low.
Okay.
But that's the most maintenance right now that we envision.
Well, Rashid, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Home Sweet Home and telling us all about the JPS Smart Home. I'm interested and I definitely learned a lot.
Thank you, Candy, for allowing me to showcase what is possible in terms of the future for homes.
And I really do hope that in the very near future, you will be owning your very own smart
Definitely.
home.
Thank you.